Yes. No. Damn. I dropped my straw, people. Jesus. I dropped my straw. I dropped my straw. MySubstation.com, people. Substation live. Titties on the glass. Pow, pow. Chat money. That's Coleman Brahski. So everybody know. What's up, bro?
Chilling. Just got to work.
Yeah.
It was glad to be here. Like, this is the first time I actually get to be on the interview.
Come on.
Have people asking me about things,
Right.
explain myself.
No doubt. Excuse me, death. Shout out to the peppermint. I almost swallowed it whole. Pause. I don't even say pause. What's what do we want to tell the people? What do anything, and the people would just, I mean, of course we're going to get into it, but I mean, for those who haven't seen you, don't know you, don't know where they can check you out, just go ahead and talk to the folks.
You can find me on Facebook. Just search for Coleman J. Brahski. I'm like the only one.
Spell that for him.
COLEMAN
Coleman. Not to be confused with the Susan B. Coleman. I think that's like breast cancer.
Then I'm on Twitter. I rarely check my Twitter because Twitter's kind of got me weird.
Mhm.
Buffalo, even though it's an awesome place to live,
Right.
it's not Twitter central.
Yeah.
I feel like
Come
people
on.
in Buffalo who kind of flex their Twitter. Remember
Yeah. We work together, fool.
what else? You can find me on Reverb Nation.
Mhm.
You can find me on SoundCloud. If you message me at all, I'll respond because it's actually me
Right.
everyday life.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Holding me.
I dig it. Now, what is the feel of the music? As a whole, what is the feel as a whole? What's the feel, and in general. And when I say in general, I mean if they just heard 30 songs, and I mean I guess for some people 30 songs would be a lot, but to me, I mean I consider that a portion, a sample size. They hear 30 songs, what would be the general consensus of what they can come away with, and then just overall when you are explaining to them, this is who I am, this is the Coleman Brahski brand. You know.
Coleman Brahski brand, I would say it's eccentric and it's trying to redefine what conscious
Mhm.
actually means.
Mhm.
I've been around only for about 24 years on this earth.
Okay.
I've come across a lot of people who try to brand themselves as conscious, but really all that ends up happening is they just recite the same
Right.
diatribes, and I'm just like, there's more to being a conscious person than just being like, yeah, fight the man.
Right.
I don't like the man either, but that doesn't mean that
I read some shit and now I'm deep.
You know what I mean? It's like that doesn't mean that you gotta be a Muslim to be a black person
Mhm.
who loves black people and wants to see the world be a better place.
Right.
But that's how I look at it. It's conscious music from where my consciousness is.
Mhm.
And when you listen to my music, you'll hear me say straight up I don't believe in God. I like to eat pizza.
Mhm.
I smoke a lot of cigarettes.
Come on.
I'm not that into getting messed up anymore because it's after you drink, you smoke, you do whatever drugs you want to do, but that doesn't change the world that you live in. That's just the way you look at it. It's kind of like if you stand on your head, the world will look different, but then you stand right back up, oh, the world really didn't change. It's
Right.
just perception. So
Right.
that's really what I'm trying to do with my
See, I'm
music.
Oh shit. I did that. Yo. Okay. Bro.
What happened?
It wasn't on.
Is it on now?
Yeah, it's on now.
All right. Well, that's cool.
What you call it? The live TV people, all the way to benefits of live TV.
It be like that.
Yeah, his mic wasn't on. So
Sorry.
anyway, right back to it.
Should I
For those who
re-explain?
didn't hear, I got Coleman Brahski with me.
What up?
Yes. And now his microphone is on.
Hooray!
Scream at the people.
Yeah!
Motherfucker. Yes.
But
Shout out to everybody that watched Sailor Moon this morning too.
yo, Sailor Moon Super is the truth.
Oh shit.
I gotta.
I was just randomly joking.
No. I was watching this about. I'm, as you can see by my shirt,
Yeah.
I'm actually like really about anime, and like
Yeah.
I was watching Sailor Moon Super, and like the most heartbreaking scene ever, scene ever, was when Sailor Uranus and Sailor Neptune were going to like retrieve this artifact.
Mm-hmm.
And now, for those of you who don't know, you think, oh, Sailor Moon, that's little girl anime. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Because Sailor Uranus and Sailor Neptune are lovers,
Right.
and the look on her face to watch your lover like die in front of you, like that pulled at my heartstrings. Like that was serious.
Sailor Moon, man.
It's real.
Jesus, man. Sheesh. I don't even know what to say. Only thing I can say is shout out to real niggas like Tuxedo Mask and shit like that.
Yup.
But
Yup. He was always just in the cut. He was just always in the cut, and he never like went hard. Like he lived his life. But when they asked for his help, he gave his help. He wasn't just always like interfering. He just did what he needed to do and then got out the way.
Yeah. Okay, so now back to the top. The first part of it, if they might have missed, like I said, I got Coleman Brahski here with me.
Yep.
Can you go ahead and shout them out your links again, your Reverb
Yeah.
Nation, SoundCloud,
So
everything.
I'm Coleman J Brahski, Coleman.
Yes.
JBRAHSKI. If you put me in Google, you'll find me on SoundCloud. You'll find me on Reverb Nation.
It's not your daddy's Coleman J Brahski either.
There's only one. You can find me on Twitter. I rarely check my Twitter because Twitter's kind of gotten lame.
Yeah. Rarely check my Twitter.
Yeah, I
Rarely
mean,
check
like
my Twitter.
I'm here. You see me around the city.
Mhm.
I'm out here. Like, say hi. I'll say hi back.
Who you fuck with in the town lyrically? Who you like listening to?
Who I like listening to in the town? I like listening to Jay Skis a lot. Maybe
Skis.
because Skis is like, he's so like he's like a consummate MC. Like he's got just enough like street wiseness to like not get like clowned,
Right.
but he's not a slouch. He's not dumb,
Right.
and that's why I'm like I want to see him go far, like
doubt.
more than half the cats out here.
Right.
Lyrically, my man Bagel Jesus,
Uh-huh.
yo, Bagel, he's the truth. Like, and that's just because I've been like kicking it with him just around. And then when it just came out, they're like, "Oh, you rap too? All right, word." And then it's like, "Oh, and you're nice too?
Okay.
Word. All right." I would say my man Trey
Okay.
Ocho is good.
Ouch.
Who else? Who else? Jack Toft.
Okay.
Yeah, Jack Toft is the truth. He's hilarious, and like the thing about Jack is that like there's a lot of cats who will look at him and think, "What is this guy, a goofball?" But like you listen to his lyrics and like he's on point with it. He's just funny. T Gaines.
Shout out to Gaines.
Gaines, son is a monster, and like he's so like laid back in the cut with it, and then he just like gets on the mic, rips it, and then like slings back. Like to me, that's when you know somebody's like
Right.
that nice.
Right.
I do like Che. I saw him a couple weeks ago at the
Shout
Ping.
out to the big homie Hawk.
Yeah, I saw him at the Ping. Like he's dope. I wish like he had more like shows around here because like I don't see enough of Che.
He's dope as fuck.
Aside from that, like I pretty much will listen to anybody from Buffalo. Like I'll give him a chance and listen to him, and if it's nice, I'll keep bumping it. And like if I see him on the block, I'll let him know like, yo, I really like this song. Like my one little homie Teapot, he's not a little homie because like he's the same age as me.
Pot, what up?
Yo, Teapot, he has a joint called Pour. That's like a really like on point track. Like everything
Where can
about
they check
it.
that out or check him out? One of the
You could check out Teapot on YouTube if you just type in Teapot Pour. I can't remember the producer's name off the top. Yo, Teapot is he's got an EP coming. Like I'm supposed to be talking about me, but I'm like, yo, he's got a joint coming. And like It's gonna be pretty good. Like, I'm excited. Like,
Yeah.
pretty much most of the major crews in Buffalo are like pretty solid. Like, I
Right,
can't
right.
say that there's anybody who's like, eh.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Didn't you were not didn't you? But were you weren't you a part of a group at one time?
Yeah.
What's going on with that?
We kind of folded. Like,
Okay.
you know, there was a lot of. It was mainly personal life issues that just kind of like drove people apart,
Right.
and it was unfortunate. But
Mhm.
like, we did our thing. I mean, like, we played out of town. Like, that was dope. We went to Cleveland and did a show up at John Carroll University,
Mhm.
and like that was cool. We played, you know, a bunch of shows around Buffalo. Like, we did like Buffalo Live, and like, you know, we were just building it. But
Mhm.
then throughout the course of building that group, life was happening at the same time,
Certainly.
and that's where it started. Because it started out there were four of us, then one dude dropped, and then the three of us were trying to like overcompensate for that by like trying to go even harder because
Mhm.
we were missing somebody.
Right. I got you.
So,
Now, why do you think that? Why do you think that happens? I know I hear that story a lot. You know, be it in Buffalo or what have you.
yeah.
You know, a lot of times, you know, people they start off, man, this my man, this my crew. We've been doing this and yeah. And then, you know, by the time you get to the end of the road or even halfway through the race, you know, you start looking around and, I mean, some people aren't in the race anymore, or you know, you're definitely not the same relay team anymore. You know, why do you think that tends to happen a lot?
I really think that tends to happen because people's priorities shift.
Okay.
Like, some people genuinely will be talented and have
Mhm.
the desire to do it, but the other factors in their life
Right.
will
Right.
take, whether it's family issues, whether it's just mental, emotional issues,
Mhm.
whether it, and those are really the two major ones, I think.
Right, all the
and
time.
people's priorities just shift. Like,
Mhm.
it's not a knock on anybody,
Right.
but it's just like, at the end of the day, like, your man's is your man's, regardless of if he's rapping with you or
Mhm.
not. Like, because that really shows, like,
Stop
that's
looking
your
for your
friend.
man's approval, though. I would say that. Stop looking
Yeah.
for your man's approval. And there's a difference. What you call it? There's a difference in having your man's approval and having yes men. But go ahead and continue.
yeah,
on
like
what
what I
you were
was saying is like, because my one homeboy, he was kind of having second thoughts, and he was like, you know, I'm trying to like focus on school. I'm like, if that's what you really want to do,
Right.
go do that,
Mhm.
because I would rather see you as a functioning human being
Right.
and being okay than be
Mhm.
like, nah, you gotta do this. This matters more, because it's like,
You're killing yourself.
yeah, it's like there's no point in doing that.
Mhm.
And I mean, I still talk with people. Like,
Right.
it's not. There's never. It wasn't like a. No, I don't like this guy. Nah, he fuckboy shit.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like people go their separate ways. Like,
No doubt.
people had to get their stuff together, and like for me, it was partially I wanted to like my stuff
Mhm.
the way I wanted to do
Mhm.
it, and I didn't feel comfortable trying to like
Got you.
force people into like, oh, you got to do it the way I want to do
Right.
it, and
It gets like that.
my
It
ideas.
gets like that. Mhm.
It's like my ideas are great because like nah, it's like if you have an idea, please
By
tell
all
me.
means. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
I'm willing to let you. If I agree with it, I'm gonna go with it because I trust you on that. But
Okay.
it was really awkward because like we were getting people like trying to like position people in like, oh, someone's got to be the leader if you're gonna.
Mhm.
Someone's got to be the leader,
Mhm.
and like we were looking around like, what are you talking about?
Right.
Like there's no leader. It's
Right.
just like
motherfucker, we together. We here.
like it's a democracy. Like
Right.
we make decisions together, but
Mhm.
you know, it's like they're still doing all right. Like I still keep in contact.
No doubt. Now, how would you how would you describe the Buffalo music scene overall? You know, and just the just the underground of anything else that you do check out, and kind of you know the comparison in between. You know, the Buffalo underground scene, and opposed to what you see from places outside of Buffalo, the grind, the work ethic, the talent, the connections.
Buffalo's
resources,
very
what have you.
focused on Buffalo.
Okay.
Buffalo's very focused on Buffalo.
Yes, that's
Like,
true.
and I think it's a defense mechanism because it's like
Mhm.
we know that we're not
Right.
a major city. You know,
Mhm.
we're not Toronto. We're not New York City. We're not Miami.
We're the fucking perfect city. I say that all the time. Buffalo is big enough and small enough. for you to be able to do exactly what you need to
Right.
and make a significant impact.
This is true, but what ends up happening is that it also makes it easy for people to get complacent.
Yes.
And so, like, people will just do just enough.
Right. Because they think they're doing better than somebody else that they see every day.
Exactly. And it's just like, that to me is kind of corny. Like,
It's corny as hell.
in Buffalo, it should be like, if you've got local artists who are nice,
Mm-hmm.
they should be able to just walk into a venue
Mm-hmm.
and just play a show
Mhm.
whenever, because they've got people that are like in their corner.
And the way the social media is now, you should be able to just fucking tweet it out or Facebook it out real quick. Such and such is here, impromptu show, and in a half an hour time, you should be able to get a crowd.
That's what I'm saying, especially like on a weekend.
Mhm.
Like, I think the venues, the awkwardness with venues has really like made Buffalo's music scene kind of like meh,
Mhm.
because it's like, I see a lot of cats who grind super hard and they're always like putting out tracks, making videos, blowing up Facebook, blowing up Twitter, whatever, but like, I never see them like have a chance to perform, and I'm just like, where are these people?
Right,
You know what I mean? And
right.
then the people who are playing live, like, you see the same people perform live all the time.
Got you.
And it's like, it's
The
weird.
same people perform live. You don't even want to see that shit.
Yeah, because it's like,
Ugh.
you know what to expect,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just within hip hop. I think within the other styles of music, in all honesty, it's the same thing,
Mhm,
except because like I had a band before, like I was rapping. I played bass in this band, Forever Emily, and like we were doing
Shout out to
all
Emily.
right.
Forever.
We were doing all right,
Mm-hmm.
but like when you work with like promoters and like you have to sell tickets and like
Right.
that
It's
whole
always some
vibe,
bullshit.
yeah, and it gets awkward. And like I will say that the DIY scene in Buffalo is really, really like tight knit,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and like the only thing that the DIY scene suffers from is the cops, because it's like it'll be at somebody's house, throw a basement show, and it'll be super legit, and like
Mhm,
you'll get
mhm.
people from out of town who will come and play basement shows. And I
Right.
really think that the like hip hop community really could benefit from like that DIY ethic, but then you've got
Why do you... Go ahead.
but then you got to worry about like cats who want to like pop off dumb shit
Right.
because they think, oh, it's a house party, you just wild out, do whatever you want. It's like,
So now, why do you think that can't happen really with the hip hop community? Why are they always on the bullshit? You know, when a lot of times you're not so much scared to have a show per se, but you're definitely scared to do something with the hip hop community that's going to bring out a large crowd.
I can't even call it, because I feel like people just do the absolute most, and I don't know why.
Right.
I just don't know why. Like, I won't say that it's drugs and alcohol, because
Right,
that's not
'cause
an
it's not.
excuse.
Yeah, it's
not
not.
an excuse.
Right,
Like, if
it's
you're a
not.
belligerent person, you're a belligerent person.
Right.
And you just use being drunk as an excuse to do the most, you know what I mean? But
Don't ever use being drunk for an excuse of why you had sex either. I just had to say that.
nah, that's really real. Like,
Yeah.
you did it because you were bored.
Yeah.
Like, you hooked up with this person because you were bored,
Mhm.
and you just had to like get drunk
Mm-hmm.
just to not care.
Right.
That's it. Like, it just, you know what I mean? And to me, that's, again, when I spoke on earlier about being conscious. It's like, you don't you don't just say, no, doing drugs is bad. No, you gotta live this certain way. It's just
Yeah.
like, just be aware, be
Right.
honest, and
Yeah.
be real about it. Like, own up to it. If you can't admit to doing something, you probably shouldn't have done it in the first place.
That's
And
real shit.
that's my life motto.
What makes you so honest personally? What makes you so authentic?
Because it's way harder to like maintain a facade. It's so hard to make up an image and
Right.
lie, because then you gotta constantly keep checking up on your lie
Right.
to make sure that nobody finds out
Right.
what. So you might as well just be
That's real shit.
real about
I know
it.
every time I see you, it's you all day.
Well, I mean, because
And,
who else?
you know,
It's
right.
way easier to be me than
Right.
try to be somebody
Uh-huh.
else. Like,
And it's the most. I think the last time I saw you was on your birthday. I think it was.
back in March.
I
No,
think,
yeah, because it was in St. Patty's Day.
yes.
At the
No.
Patty's Day
I
parade.
think I saw you after that. Was it your birthday?
Patty's Day was my birthday.
Okay, well then that's what it was. That's what it was. That's what it
Yeah.
was. No, it had to be after that, bro.
I probably ran into you.
I think
like,
I just
around-
seen you at Bar Crawl, maybe.
Yeah. No, I was passing through bar crawl. Like,
Yes,
I wasn't
exactly.
I wasn't even there. I was just
That's
like,
the point that I wanted to bring up. That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
you were just in the middle of Bar Crawl by your fucking self, not even probably there for the shit, but still doing you in your
Yeah.
element.
Honestly, bar
know?
crawl is so hilarious.
Yeah.
Like,
Why are you able to do that, and to even dress the way you are, and to be so carefree, and then to be somewhere in the middle of bar crawl where you're definitely not there for that, and you see a whole bunch of people who bought an outfit specifically for that they're gonna fucking throw up on or fight in or what have you, and you can still just be walking through. I'm Coleman Brahski. Nobody probably even fucking knows me, but I don't care.
honestly, like, part of it has to do with the fact that, like, I'm an only child, so, like,
Okay.
I usually just find ways to amuse myself. And when I was walking through the bar crawl, I'm like, people are really paying money to have grown people tell them what they can and can't wear, being, like, corralled, like, walking in a circle. Like, it was bugged out, and I'm just like, I remember I walked by, like City Tavern or something.
Yep.
And, like, they were literally, like, in a cage.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, like,
they were. City was popping though.
it was like, it looked like the zoo, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, this is bizarre. Like, I don't mind partying, but, like,
People are bizarre.
I
though.
like to be in a space where it's like, I like house party, basement parties. I like that. Like,
Keg parties and shit.
I mean,
Real wholesome shit.
Yeah, like,
I got you.
You know what I mean? But then you got to be careful with, like, partying with college kids, because, like, I'm getting too old to hang out with college kids now.
Right.
But, like, just, like, some of these college kids, they just say the dumbest shit, and, like, and you wanna pop off on them, but it's like,
But you can't.
because it's like, that, like, they just don't know anything. Like, this one cat,
As soon as you say anything, you become the old head and fucking
Yeah.
not cool.
and, like, and the dude comes up to me, it was a Caucasian bro, and he's like, oh, well, he said something about the Sabres, because I had a Sabres hat on. Now, am I really into sports? No.
Yeah.
But do I support where I'm from? Yeah. And he's like,
Browns fan for life.
yeah, I mean, and he was like, well, I can kind of tell that you're probably not really into hockey. Not to be stereotypical or anything. And I'm just like,
What the fuck are you basing it
that's
on
what I'm
then?
saying. That's what I'm saying. And I'm just like, and I was just like,
Oh man.
and I was just like, I had to tell him, like,
Yeah.
do I watch hockey all the time? No. Did I used to play hockey when I was a kid?
Not to offend you or anything, even though I'm about to offend the fuck out
Yeah,
of you.
you know what I mean? Or it's like, getting, like, I deal with a lot of just sideways
Right.
commentary for
Right.
people.
Right.
And it's like, me, I'm a laid back enough dude, but, like, it just gets annoying. I don't have the energy to, like, flip out on people. Like, I had to deal with, like, people wanting to constantly say nigga, and you just, like, pause. If you haven't had that word thrown at you with venom behind it, you probably shouldn't be saying it.
Right.
Now, me personally, I won't kick your ass.
I never looked at it like that before.
Yeah, that's how I looked at it. It's like, if you have to deal with somebody who's looking at you like the scum of the earth, and they call you a nigga, that's what they mean. Like, they're not your boy on the block. You know what I mean? And I tell people all the time. I tell them that all the time. And I say, you need to be careful and stop doing that, because somebody
gonna knock your ass out.
Exactly. And I remember I was with somebody, and, like, I told them that earlier in the night. They were like, whatever. We go out to this bar, says it, and then fight breaks out, and I'm like, I told you so.
All I remember was saying niggas be like.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's dumb.
No.
Or, like, or even people just, like, speculating on, like, my background. Like, I remember I was at this party, like, some, like, Korean dude steps to me.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, bro, I know somebody in your family's Korean. And I'm like, no. I'm like, you being a Korean individual, you should be able to tell. So that's why I'm able to, like,
shit.
just, like, slink through and just move around wherever I want.
Because nobody knows. You know what's crazy? I was gonna say that too.
Everybody's always speculating.
Yo,
Everybody
I
wants
could
to
see
find
you
out.
being intimidating though. And I mean, it might sound crazy because when people think intimidating, they think brute and bully and physically imposing. But to me, when I think intimidating, I think something that people don't understand, and they're fucking scared to try and understand.
People really don't get. No, like, some people get me, but a lot of people are always trying to figure me out.
Right.
But that's why I'm so willing to explain myself, because it's like, I have a brain, I can speak, I can explain it to you.
Right.
Now, whether or not you get it after I've explained it to you, okay.
That's on you.
Sorry, bro.
I dig it. I all the way dig it. Now, outside of let me ask you this before I forget. Top 5 superheroes.
Top
And
five superheroes.
if you were a superhero, which one? Who would not even which one? Fucking who would you be?
Probably the Silver Surfer.
Okay.
Silver Surfer is definitely in my top 5.
Shout out to Surf.
Like, power cosmic trump card. If not Silver Surfer, I would say number 2 would definitely be Doctor Strange.
Shout out to the TI guy over there giggling.
Because Doctor Strange, he basically saves reality from everything that the Silver Surfer can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like when your main villains are like Dormammu and Shuma Gorath, like
Yeah.
everybody else is like small change.
Step your comic book knowledge out.
I would say number 3 would have to be Spider Jerusalem from Transmetropolitan. Now, the reason why I put Spider Jerusalem in there is because even though he's not a superhero in the sense of having powers,
Right.
he's smart.
Mhm.
And he's a complete asshole to the establishment.
Mhm.
And because they basically based him off of Hunter S. Thompson, but he lives in the future. And, like, yeah, he's got his problems. He does way too many drugs and drinks way too much. And, like, but he's,
I didn't even know that.
when it gets right down, read Transmetropolitan, it's a really good one. But when he gets right down to it, he lives for getting the truth. No matter how ugly and dirty and sordid it is, Spider lives for the truth.
Mhm.
Number 4, I would say would be Spawn. Mainly because
Shout out to Spawn.
Spawn, when I was a kid, and I saw that costume,
Yeah.
like, even before I could even wrap my brain around the story, I just saw his costume. Like, he's like everything.
Spawn was crazy.
He's like everything Venom wanted to be, but
Yeah.
couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
And then number 5.
Shout out to Venom.
Number 5 would be Wolverine.
Shout out to fucking Wolverine.
Because
I think Wolverine was one of my first favorite superheroes.
Like because it's like nobody liked Cyclops. Like if you said
You know what's crazy though? My brother was a diehard Cyclops fan. I swear to God, Cyclops and motherfucking Jean Grey. He was diehard, and Mystique. For some reason, he used to love Mystique too.
I mean, Mystique, yeah, she's like cute.
She's fucking blue. And a cartoon character. Ah, man, I ain't even.
No,
gonna
having
lie.
blue skin, I don't have an issue with the blue skin, but it's like you can't trust her.
Okay.
You can't trust her because
I
she's
could go
always
with that.
changing.
I could go
Although,
with that.
if you gained her trust, I'm assuming that like a lot of interesting things could happen.
Man.
But it's just like, yeah, because she could literally like you never could get bored if Mystique was your girl, you could never get bored because you could just flip into whatever you wanted that day. It'd be like,
Yeah.
it's like, what do I feel like having today? And then she just turns into that. Like,
Now,
that's kinda cool.
like Jubilee. I never heard anybody say Jubilee was their favorite superhero.
She's cute, like,
you know, or
Jubilee's
Hobgoblin or some shit. You know.
Well, I mean, Hobgoblin, he was cooler than the Green Goblin. I would say that.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
But as far as like people who aren't considered like heroes, like Thanos is my dude. Like,
Okay.
Thanos from the Infinity Gauntlet.
Right.
Yo, because like the crazy thing is that he finally realized
That's crazy.
his mistake.
That's fucking
He finally realized his mistake.
Shout out to all the He-Man watchers too from back in the day. Probably showing my age, but
Yo,
you know.
Skeletor.
Yo, the He-Man toys too. Shout out to the He-Man toys too. They actually had the wire legs, and once them joints broke, they broke, and you could only put the arms back on. You know, or the big rubber wrestlers that couldn't move at all.
I had them. I had one of those joints.
Yeah.
Like honestly, I was about to say
the Voltron
Voltron
joints that we
and
had, man, them
Transform-
shits used to break, man. They used to break. Yeah.
Woo.
No, that's what I'm saying. Our joints used to break. Man, yeah, hell yeah.
I had. I'm not gonna lie. I had the plastic one. I remember I got it from the Amvets.
Oh, my mother wasn't playing that shit, man. I'm from the Tonka trucks and everything. We was because I mean, she wasn't. Well, we're not even gonna talk about the slave ship that I grew up on. Yeah.
You got it and wasn't even happy. Like,
Right.
No, I was happy when I got my Optimus. When I got Optimus Prime as a kid,
Atari and Socrates. That's what made me happy.
I had.
Those were my first two game systems. Socrates, it was the white and blue game system with the little the funny computer looking thing. He kind of looked like ET, and it was more so like educational games and shooting games. Yeah, it was white and blue.
I never even heard that. First game system I had was a Super Nintendo.
Oh!
Yeah, I'm
Sheesh.
only 24. I'm only 24.
I mean, I'm not that much older. I'm 29.
But the first game system I had was a Super Nintendo.
That means that the first game system that you had to come in like in '95, because Super Nintendo I think came out in '92.
Probably.
because I remember getting Royal Rumble for Super Nintendo. That came out in '93. That was with Crush and Hitman Hart, and everybody's special move was the R and the L
Oh
together,
yeah.
and Tatanka, and Lex Luger would hit you with the forearm and do like this. Super
No, first
Nintendo
game I was
days,
playing,
man.
I was playing Mario Paint and Mega Man X.
Shout out to
Whoa.
Mega Man. Shout out to every Mega Man, every 007, and just about every Mario.
I was playing Mega Man 2 last night.
Yeah,
Like that was
Dr. Mario was pretty dope. Shout out to all my
Dr.
Game
Mario's
Boy
not
heads.
a real doctor. Don't let him touch your genitals. That's wisdom.
Come on.
Don't do it.
Shout out to my Game Boy heads. Did you have Game Gear?
I did not have a Game Gear. I had a Game Boy
Mm-hmm.
that my older cousin gave me, the big gray joint.
Yeah.
I then got a Game Boy Color. It was the Pokemon Gold and Silver Special Edition joint.
Pokemon Silver. Shout out to my
And Gold.
Pokemon heads.
I
Yeah.
had that.
What about
Um,
Sega Saturn, Sega CD,
I never
32X?
It's sad because like throughout my entire gaming life, I never owned a Sega system.
Oh man.
Although I tried to backtrack. Like I went to my homeboy's house. I was playing like one of the Genesis Mega Collection,
Yeah.
and seriously one of the most underrated games of all time.
Streets of Rage 2.
That's not underrated. That's not underrated. Echo the Dolphin. Echo the Dolphin is serious.
Substation Live, where you can get everything from music to food to Echo the Dolphin.
Echo the Dolphin is serious. Like it's and here's the thing though.
But so was Kirby's Dream Land.
But yeah, Kirby's dope. Like I'm telling you, like when you get right down to it,
Mm-hmm.
there's only 3 things in life that will never let you down:
Mm-hmm.
music,
Mm-hmm.
pizza, and video games. Dead serious. Like,
Video games have let me down.
what game let you down?
I don't know what game as a whole, but I stopped playing video games in 2005. And like, man, if you ask people that was around me, they used to be mad. Like, I used to be super game hype. I'm
Yeah.
talking about being 15 years in. Okay, but like 15 years in on my season on Madden. You know, spending 18 hours in the house playing the game, playing the fight night for the money. You know, and then just like '05.
Got bored with it?
It was over. The last game I was Madden '06 and college football '05 were the last serious games I was playing. Look at you. And Fight Night, I think it was.
I can't.
Oh man,
I
listen.
can't play
You
Madden.
give me 2 weeks back on Madden, and I'm ready for anybody.
Like, the thing about it for me, I was always into like single player. Like,
Daddy's coming behind you.
Like story based games, like playing RPGs and like.
Yeah.
So with those, it's like not only it's like reading a book almost, because like you
Mhm.
get really engrossed in the story and you
Mhm.
can spend hours just getting characters better. And I think that solitary state of mind really like affected like how I approach music.
No doubt.
In all honesty,
What do you do outside of the music? You do read, you
Um,
cook, you skateboard.
outside of music, I work for the public library.
Yes, we were talking about that.
Work for the public library. I skate. I'm not as good at skateboarding.
Oh
as,
shit,
like,
you do skate. I'm just
Yeah,
grabbing
no.
shit.
I'm not as good as I want to be,
Mhm.
but like I still do it because
Okay.
like it's fun.
Right,
and,
right,
like,
right.
What else? Obviously video games and I play like bass and stuff and like
Okay.
so like I do more than just hip hop music, but like I pretty much that's about it. Watch anime, like can't really. Everything else is kind of like man, like I can't really cook,
Yeah.
which is why I eat so much pizza because
Yeah.
I can't cook.
What's your favorite kind of pizza?
Just standard cheese and pepperoni. Like,
Yeah.
you can judge the quality. You can judge the quality of a pizza shop
Yep.
by whether or not they
Yep.
can crank out a good cheese and
You're
pepperoni
definitely
pizza.
right.
They can't. If you can't make a cheese and pepperoni pizza, you can't.
Can't make
pizza.
shit. Yeah, I
Like-
dig that.
And
Can you make a good cheese and pepperoni?
I haven't gotten a chance to make pizza.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to work at a pizzeria for years, and
Okay.
I haven't been able to get. So if there's anybody who's like looking to hire somebody
Come on.
just to learn to make pizza, like
Yeah.
let me make pizza.
Raph makes pizza. He knows over 300 different types of pizza.
Smooth.
Like real talk.
I need to be a pizza intern.
Man, you Ninja Turtles fan?
Yeah.
I just jumped on it because of pizza.
Yeah, I had the pizza tank when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I had all the Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
I had Shredder.
Shred head.
I had Shredder. I had Krang with the android body.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
I had Bebop and Rocksteady. Like I was I was on it. Like Ninja Turtles. I usually had this hat. Like it was like this painter cap.
Yeah.
But like it was blue, which was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But it had like the red bandana with the eyes on it.
Okay.
And like when I was a kid, I used to walk around with it like down over my eyes because I wanted to look that cool.
Yeah.
Like, yo, Ninja Turtles, that was a major thing. Like
it was, man.
That and like Transformers.
Man, I know. I would say like for my generation, for real, man, it was The Simpsons, it was Ninja Turtles, and it was Power Rangers. At least like on that side of it, that really.
I was about Power Rangers.
Transformed. See, when Power Rangers was coming on for me, it was like right around my crossover time. I was like 10, 11. That was like 95, 96 when the Power Rangers really started hitting big. Because like 94, 93, that was still a lot of Ninja Turtles time. The Ninja Turtles movies were still heavy.
Right.
You know, that's when WWF was going through their transition. You know, the Hulk Hogan's of the world were going over to WCW and shit like that. And that's when, you know, cartoons and shit was taking over. But I was on my Johnny Quest and my Captain Planet wave pretty heavy.
Yo,
you know, Bionic 6 and shit.
I would say this: Captain Planet was mad legit.
Yeah.
I had mad Captain Planet toys. I had the plane. I had the Captain
and
Planet
Toxic
plane.
Crusaders. I can't forget about Toxic Crusaders.
Yup.
Come on.
I forgot about that for a minute. And then
Gargoyles.
Yeah, pretty much every show that was out, I was on it.
Right.
For at least a good couple months. I didn't stop watching Power Rangers till I was like, I would say like 6th grade.
Yeah.
Like, I followed it all the way up until Power Rangers in space.
Come on.
Yeah, I mean that was that Big Bad Beetleborgs.
Yeah, come on.
And then I was watching Masked Rider, which then some of my other homeboys, they were like, "Yo, you watch Masked Rider?" I was like, "Yeah, I remember that shit." He's like, "Nah, dude, you need to watch Kamen Rider." Kamen Rider's still going because that's what they based it off of.
Okay.
And Kamen Rider's still going,
Yeah.
and like it gets serious.
Right.
Like Kamen Rider's cool. But now that like I'm older, I've gotten into like sappier type stuff.
Mhm.
Like
don't say soap operas and shit.
not soap operas, but like really like cheesy like anime. Like there's this one series, it's called Chobits, and like it's about this dude who like finds this like Persicom. It's like a computer that looks like a girl, and he finds it like in the trash.
Come on.
And so he takes it home and like boots it up, and he's like trying to like figure out like how to like program it or whatever. And it turns out that she's like an experimental AI unit, and like she falls in love with him, like heartwarming type shit, or like
that movie Her that's coming out, kind of something like that.
I can't wait to see that. Yo, like, that's what I'm saying. Like even though like I also like listen to like death metal and watch High School of the Dead, like I still have my moments where like I want to watch something soft and.
I got you.
I watch My Little Pony.
My Little fucking pony.
Yo, the new series, like everybody. As soon as people found out I was watching it, they're like, "What the fuck?" Like, I'm like, My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic. That is a well written show. The animation is dope, and it's good sometimes to just watch something that's cute. It's cute and it's hilarious, it's harmless. Like it's like, how you gonna really get mad about a show that revolves around the power of friendship? Like, Like, what, you don't like Friends? You don't like Friends? Like, you don't want to. You're
too tough for friends, nigga. You too tough for friends.
Like, and I'm talking about real friends, like helping them become better people.
I got you.
Yeah, I mean that's a good thing for people to watch. So like, I'm about that. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, people, they'll try to like figure me out. Like, so you listen to Cannibal Corpse and Slayer, and like, but then you do rap, but then you also like.
So are you a nerd or are you Trenchcoat Mafia?
Dude, it's funny you say that because I remember coming up, everyone was afraid that I was Trenchcoat Mafia when I was a kid. Everybody thought I was Trenchcoat Mafia all through my school. And, I mean, I guess I didn't help because I wore all black every day.
Yeah.
And like, but it's like when you get clown, you know, being the only brown kid in the burbs, it's like. Okay, and then you go, and then like the times I would be in the hood, people still clowning you, and then you just retreat into yourself. You know what I mean? And then now I'm here at the age of 24, and I'm like, I could care less.
Right, fuck all of y'all.
Yeah, and it's like I'm at the point where I'm trying to like fuck with people.
Right.
Like trying not to just be like, well, everything I think is right and everything you think is dumb, because it's like that's immature.
Right.
but
I know you are.
it makes it hard because like people just do some dumb shit all the time. I'm just like,
right.
just like, no.
Follow a lot of your posts. I know you are pretty socially conscious, and then you do have a lot of issues politically, with the establishment. Not going to ask you to get all the way into that and what have you, but when you see yourself, in those type of forums, those type of arenas, you have those type of conversations with people, and they usually either lash out because they can't communicate or they retreat because they can't communicate. What do you think's the biggest piece that people are missing, and what do that makes them hold on to that dogma, that they really don't want to see the truth in the truth that they know there is. They just rather hold on to the bullshit.
They gotta ask themselves. They gotta remember these things. It's like there's people, all right, and from when you meet a person, you can know 3 things about them off the rip without even meeting them. You know they want to eat when they want to eat. You know they want to sleep when they want to sleep. You know they want to take a shit when they want to take a shit. Right? That's things that every single human being has in common, regardless of where they're from, what they believe in, what have you. Right? So based on those things alone, you shouldn't jerk to people because they're just like you. You know what I'm saying? It's like and that's where I base all my like mindsets on. Where it's like I'm not gonna mess with you. I'm not gonna hurt you and be mean to you and like step on toes and push buttons you don't want pushed because I've got buttons I don't want pushed.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's so simple, but people just don't get it. And then a lot of people are right now trying to couch everything in terms of economics, like, well, that's just how the market works. And it's just like,
what market?
That's what I'm saying. It's like, I'll never forget. I took economics in high school.
What fucking
and
market?
I was just like, this whole thing is fucking stupid.
Right.
Like, you're literally pulling this out of thin air.
Super stupid.
You made this up,
man.
And
Modern Money Mechanics, people, look it up and check it out. Zeitgeist 1, 2, and 3 as well. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just don't be a jerk. Like that's the least I can do. And like, there's so many stripes of like political affiliation that it's like it gets dizzying, but then it turns into dogma. Even if it starts off as a good idea, it gets dogmatic. So it's just like I think it's a revolutionary act in and of itself just to be nice to people. Just don't be a jerk. And I think you can get way farther than if you be like, well, this is my platform and this is what we stand for, and because it's like you're not doing you're just trying to build an edifice. Like it's like a facade that you're building without having any real support structure. But if you just be nice to people, like that's it. Like just be nice to people. Like doesn't matter like where you want to put your genitals. I'm sick of hearing that. Like that's the one thing within the hip hop community that needs to stop. Like old heads need to stop saying that every single rapper who gets like into fashion is a secret homosexual. Like that shit's stupid. Like fashion is just art. Like it's wearable art. You know what I mean? Like ASAP Rocky. I love his fashion sense.
Shout out to my cut up stonewashed jeans and my scarf.
Like ASAP Rocky's got impeccable fashion sense. Why does he have impeccable fashion sense? Because he understands cut, color, fabric, blending them together. Like that's
a lot of things that people don't.
That's what fashion is. You have to. It's visual art. But nah, son's wearing a dress.
He's gay.
Yeah,
he's got on leggings.
Like I'll tell you this: you could, if these same heads who want to talk about cats in leggings being gay, like if they went to San Francisco. And, like, they'll go and they'll run into some fucking 6'3" dude with a beard who's got a boyfriend and will beat the fuck out of them. And it's like, oh, but...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's stupid.
So what are you going to say now? Yeah, people just aren't... I mean, I think my thing is that people just aren't cultured enough, So anytime they see something that just a little bit of shock, it's like, oh, shit, Yeah. And I mean, it's like, I remember, like... I mean, certain things in, like, fashion, I'm kind of like... I just look at it and I'm just like, just looks stupid. Like, leather jogging pants. Like, yo. Really?
I tried them on. I was like, I'm going to give it a shot. I looked at myself in the mirror and I'm just like, no. This looks, like, it's not me. Like,
right.
That's not me. Like,
what am I doing with this on?
It's a cool concept, but like, It's not
Everything
really
isn't for everybody.
yeah, it's like that's the thing. Like too many people just hop on whatever's marketed as hot right now,
Mm-hmm.
but then it all ends up looking corny. Like you see, like the all leather everything. Like unless you can afford to get real leather, don't walk around with like
Right.
the corny like
Right.
fake leather sleeves on your clothes.
Right.
Because not only do you look corny, you look cheap and corny.
Right.
And like that's not okay. Like I'm not
Right.
saying go spend mad money on luxury clothing because half the time designer clothes don't even look good. Like they're not even well designed. And I'm just like,
Right.
okay, so you spent like $800 on some ugly ass shit just to say that I got $800 kicks on. Like stick to the basics. Like,
Yeah.
just make it.
I
just
got
make
you.
it look good. Just make it look good. Like
Mhm.
you don't gotta. You don't need to wear Balenciaga. You don't need to wear Balmain. Just make sure that your outfit doesn't look corny.
Right. I dig that. All the way dig that. Now, do you think you can get on the public speaking, motivational speaking circuit? Is that something that you would want to do? Do you feel like you have insights
You
that
know,
people
I-
can benefit from?
it would be interesting because Andrew WK does that,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and I was like, 'cause I remember Andrew WK from was like, "Why let's try to party?
Right,
We will
right,
party up,
right.
party up."
Right.
But like, what he's done is like he flipped like this notion of like partying
Mhm.
into like this whole like philosophy, and like he does that. I mean, if someone took it to the point where they're like, "Hey, you should say something," that would be cool. Like I wouldn't mind, because I mean, MCing is pretty much public speaking, except
Mhm.
instead of speaking in rhyme, you speak in like normal conversation.
Man, uplifting instead of shit talking.
Yeah, like
I mean, there's good rap. There's good rap. I'm sorry. You know, don't confuse me or get me wrong.
no, because some people can brag really well,
Mhm.
but that's they're witty. Like you have to be witty. You can't just be like, "Yeah, I bought $500 worth of Kush.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And my
new
throwback
Aston
Reggie
Martin.
Bush.
That's what I push.
Yeah.
Yeah, eating $600 steak dinners at some expensive restaurant you can't afford."
Mm-hmm.
And it's like 9 times out of 10, I think these cats, they heard of these places.
Mhm.
They know that these places exist.
Your ass ain't there either.
Yeah, but you know of it. It's,
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean?
I
It's
dig
like
it.
just stop.
I dig it.
Just stop.
So you know I'm gonna ask you right off of that.
All right,
You got one for us? Hot
Right.
16.
a hot 16, like
Yeah.
an actual hot 16.
Man, I mean they done came down here with some bars. Everybody that came down here done dropped some bars.
All right,
I
can
know.
I get the lunch table? Can I get the lunch table?
oh,
Can I get
man.
can I get the boom,
Hold on.
boom, 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 boom?
Yeah, I can give you that.
All right, so back to the basics, gel like the Asics. Know that I got the rhyme finesse. The Coleman J. Brahski spits off the chest, and I put the microphone still to the test. What motherfuckers can't step to the kid? Get crazy like 30 hits of acid. Enough that trippy flow, and know that I go back home to Buffalo, where I lay my head and I get my bread. $8 an hour, but what can I do instead? Probably rap for a little, stay over your head like pickle in the middle. So I'm floating in the ether, make sure the sound just flows through the speaker. The speaker of the dead, make sure the microphone hits the fucking red, getting loud at the loudest pack. Know that I got that lyrical attack, hit you with the smack that's not from the backpack, bust so hard like a fucking semi-automatic Mac. And that was a long rhyme scheme. Gotta get back for the high beams, shining brighter than them. That's how I do. I flow slow, cause I ain't speeding, dude. I stay in control, stay on the roll like it's Kimmelway. Who got the tech? Check, check.
Come on.
1, 2, chicky. Yeah, I had to make it up. I had to make it up.
Come on.
Cause like sometimes it would get really awkward when like people would like step into like the site with like the hottest writtens.
Mm-hmm.
Like they got like the arsenal of hot writtens.
Right.
And like I've realized that like
I hate that shit. I'm just gonna put that out
it
there.
depends. Like if you're in a room full of other MCs who are all like working on it,
Mm-hmm.
and then you come to the site with like your hot writtens, like you test them out with each other, and like you can see, oh, word,
Right,
like,
right. No,
that
that's,
was
no,
dope.
no,
That was
yeah.
dope. But like,
That's respect.
but if someone says, "Yo, drop a freestyle, just kick it first right now," and then somebody just
Like, man, I'm gonna give you. Let me
"We
hold
bless
on.
you
I
with
got
this
this
with
joint. Yeah.
it. Bless you with, or
Like,
like
no,
bust
nigga.
out the iPhone right quick, and it's like,
I'm just working on this joint right here. Like,
yeah, like
no.
just if you gotta be able to, because the original MCs were just like saying whatever,
Man, 2 turntables and a mic.
And
One
they were just
fat
at a
MC on the
party.
set.
and they were just at
Come
the
on.
party just talking party shit.
Right.
You know, but then it evolved into like a craft. So it's like, I feel like the art of freestyling, it should always be practiced, and you should always be able to like stay on beat,
Mm-hmm.
keep a rhyme,
Mhm.
have a flow. Like, you should be able to do that. But like, you don't have to be like that. It doesn't have to be a mind blowing freestyles, because like legend has it that most of the hottest freestyles were just like written.
Of course. What's the end game for Coleman Brahski? What's the happy point? What's the I made it feeling, and not like
I made it feeling.
Yeah.
I have a roof over my head.
Mm-hmm.
I got some food in my belly.
Oh, you damn near made it.
And I don't have to work my day job. That I just do my music, money comes in,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, just basically, if I could live the exact same life I'm living,
You don't need the lavish tour bus and $1 million a month.
not a lavish tour bus, but like
Tour bus would be nice.
a tour bus,
Right.
like that is reliable and
Mhm,
safe, that will
mhm.
get me from point A to point B. You know what I mean? I mean, honestly, I still have this dream of like being on that van tour and shit. you
Come
know?
on.
Like doing that, just being able to pack up wherever and just go do a show, and like
That's real.
rent's paid. Played one show,
Mm-hmm.
rent's paid. Play another show, bills paid.
Mm-hmm.
Play another show. You know what I mean? Got
Mhm.
money, sold some T-shirts, sold
Right.
some CDs.
Right.
Like,
Right.
money comes in, I don't have to worry about being hungry and not having lights on.
What's the biggest part of this music business, this music industry that you know now that you had no clue of when you first began to fall in love with making music?
I would say the amount of time people spend not making music,
Mm.
like, that really gets under my skin. Like, when people
Mhm.
are like, well, yeah, you gotta do, marketing, PR, and all this other stuff. And I'm just like, if a product is good, it should sell, regardless of
Mhm.
all the other stuff you
Mhm.
do. Like, just make it, put it out there. If people like it,
You ever
great.
seen a Google commercial?
Trill? Although I think they're starting to do it now for like Chromecast. and
Yeah,
stuff.
they are.
But like, look
they
how
are.
long it took them,
Mhm.
because they had a product and it worked.
You ever even seen a Google T-shirt?
Don't know. You gotta work for Google.
Right,
one
you
of
do,
those.
you do.
Have you heard the legends of the Google cafeteria?
Mm-mm.
Yo,
One of my old professors' sons used to work at Google.
my homeboy, he told me like he went there because his friend's mom worked there,
Mhm.
and like it's like this all you can eat of all
Everything.
different kinds of
I
food.
bet.
Like, it's nuts.
Man, you out there in the valley.
No, but this was just in Pittsburgh.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah,
Listen to
this is in
me.
Pittsburgh. But like, but their entrance exam is like absurd. Like, trying to work for Google is like 9 times harder than trying to get into Harvard, in my opinion.
I dig it.
Like, I'm not anywhere near skilled enough to work for Google.
Are you skilled enough to get into Harvard?
Did I get into Harvard? No, I didn't. I didn't apply to Harvard. Now that I think about it, I didn't apply to Harvard.
Just Princeton and Yale.
I didn't apply to Princeton. I did apply to Yale. I didn't get into Yale. I'm gonna put myself on blast. I didn't get into Yale,
Mm-hmm.
but like, I got into college.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then my mindset, that's actually where I fell in love with making music, was like when I was supposed to be like,
Right.
when I was supposed to be doing homework, I was like having band practice
Right.
and like
Right.
rehearsing and like getting ready DJing parties and stuff. Like, that was where I realized this is way more
Everything.
than like just writing papers, because it was like, being like a socially awkward dude for like the first 18 years of life, then finding something that I could do to connect with people,
Mm-hmm.
and then finding that I was like not bad at it, and like knowing people for like 6 months, and like, you're not bad, like you should, and like these are like people who are going to school for music, and they're like, you're not bad, you should keep practicing. So I'm like, I'm I'm like, word?
Yeah.
All right, word, cool, yeah.
Mhm.
And so then I just kept going with it, and like now I'm here. So hopefully,
Now that I'm here.
all I'm hoping to do is just like be on tour forever at
Yeah.
some point, just like never having to take a break, just like keep making music. And even if it's not rapping, like I already know like I would want to make other types of music. And I will make other types of music, just like which project I want to finish first. Now that the EP is like done being recorded, I'm excited to like put it out there just for people that like have my rap music and be like, there it is, listen to it, hopefully you like it. I'll probably keep making more because like everybody loves collaborations and like everybody wants to have features from each other. So it's like I think I'm probably just gonna like do that now that like my project was done, because I was feeling bad because like people kept being like, yo, we gotta get a collab,
Right.
and I'm like, and I was just like, I can't.
You got any collabs that you didn't do that you want to do? Anything that you might have put off that you're in line for now?
Right now, I've got a joint that I'm supposed to do with my man AC McKenzie and my man Short.
Scotto.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that.
Short, what up?
I got a collab with Teapot
Mhm.
that's supposed to be coming. I did a joint.
I want to get Teapot down here.
I did a joint with Skate. Like Cooley, like that's really like those are the first cats when I came back to Buffalo from Ohio. Those are the first cats that like gave me a shot and like put me up with like a little bit of studio time, and like they really like encouraged me to like keep going. So like I always
shout out to the gang.
I always shout because that ooze gang be leaking. Like that's real, and like to watch their progression, I think I'm just as happy as them because I'm just like,
No doubt.
yeah, like 'cause I wasn't there from the beginning. I wasn't like I'm not in the crew,
So
but
you're
like
not,
I'm
you're not a
fan.
first generation Cooligan then.
No, I'm a fan though.
Right.
Like I'm a fan.
dig it.
Like
I dig it.
I've been around for all the Mary's Chronicles.
Yeah. Okay.
Like they definitely show love. So like whenever they do anything, I'm there because they got it. Like they're good.
No doubt. What do we miss?
Oh, I didn't tell people the name of the project.
Yes, of course.
I didn't tell them the name.
The EP.
The EP is called the Mitchell Pitalik EP.
Yes.
Shouts
Explain.
All right, so one of Superman's like, not really an enemy, but he was more like an annoyance, was Mr. Mitchell Pitalik. And Mr. Mitchell Pitalik is like this fifth dimensional being. So he's like, got all these powers of like reality warping, but for the most part, he just plays harmless pranks on Superman and like just gets under his skin. And I feel like that's kind of how I look at like the industry, where it's just like I don't need to like crush the game and like, you know, I'm gonna smack everybody off their spot. It's like, no, I'm good.
I'm just here being a harmless prank.
I'm here, but like don't like sleep on me. Like I'm not a slouch, but like I do what I do, and like if you like it, that makes me happy. If you don't like it, at least give me some concrete reasoning as to why you don't like it, because maybe you might see something
that
that
shit
I
ain't
can't.
good. It just ain't good. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's like
You ain't nice.
because I tell you like this. Can you see what's on the back of your neck?
Man, say it again.
Can you see what's on the back of your neck?
Come on.
Because I can't. So I don't know. It's like you gotta take it with the good and with the bad. You know, you gotta like know for real like what you're doing and look around to other people so that they can
look around.
They can tell you what you missed, because you really can't miss a spot.
All day long. Well, I don't know, people. That's Chad Money. That's Coleman Brahski. Give them all your links and everything else one more time.
So
shout
once
outs,
again,
anything.
You can find me on Reverb Nation.
As many shout outs as you
You
want. I don't
can
care.
find me on the SoundCloud. You can find me on Facebook. Please friend me and ask me how my day was.
Please friend me.
Trying to think. Shouts out to Sparkmatic. Shouts out to Jesus, Dead Trash Mob, Trey Ocho. Shouts out to Tone, Gaines, Teapot, Short, Skate, the whole Ooze gang. Shouts out to my favorite individual, My man P. I know. I actually was talking to him earlier, so I think he'll be excited to hear.
P, what up?
Shouts out to my boy Curtis out in Philly. Shouts out to MC Homeless, Stillborn Identity, Baker, Frigid Giant.
Where did I hear Frigid Giant from?
He's been out around here for a minute.
Somebody just brought Frigid Giant up.
Shouts out to Jug and Genesis. My man Glenn, the Young Kid Conscience, Megatron. Man, my homie Sal, like Sad Boys, Emotional Gang, Comfort Gang, Cozy Boys, like all that type of niceness. Dr. Ooh, Mario B, like pretty much like if you're from Buffalo and
whole 716.
Yeah, like cause you know where to find, like you see me, so like if I didn't call your name out, it's probably because I wasn't trying to put you on blast because you're probably doing some stuff. But for real, like it's all at the end of the day, it's just about love. Like that's all I can say. It's all about love at the end of the day.
What's your ideal tour? Your ideal tour of underground artists and your ideal industry artists with you involved.
Okay, so if I had to just take people from Buffalo and go on tour, legit, it would probably be like me, Jack Toft,
6 people,
Bagel Jesus, Frigid, Gaines. Like it's hard because like everybody's like in a massive crew, so it's like where one goes, the whole city goes. Like if you try to take just 6 individual MCs, you'd probably leave with like a bus with like 50 people all going. But as far as I'm trying to think of industry people, I think a dope tour would be like me. Probably like it'd be like me, Chance the Rapper, Death Grips, and then if Death Grips is playing, then it would probably have to have like Trash Talk on there, and then I would probably want to tour with like Aesop Rock, and just for shits and giggles, I would say Kitty Pryde. Yo, cause not even I have to take the shits and giggles part back, cause Kitty Pryde, cause Kitty Pryde is like really, really legit, and like I feel like she needs to get way more shine. Like 'cause she got a little bit, but like she needs to be more relevant, cause there's not as many like women on the microphone that are actually being real about it.
Who's your favorite female MC?
My favorite female MC?
Right now, not of all time, just right now.
Right now, it would have to be some of the. I can't remember her name. I want to say her name's like Justin Bieber, but like she's in this crew called Barf Troop.
Yeah.
And like Barf Troop is like they're on some like the mindset of like Riot Girl rock music, but filtered through hip hop. Like Barf Troop.
Not Nicki Minaj.
You know, I have no feelings for Nicki Minaj. Like I'm over her. Like Nicki Minaj is literally like Lil' Kim 2.0, and it's just like I already saw Lil' Kim. Like I already experienced Lil' Kim. I don't need another Lil' Kim. You know what I mean? It's like Nicki Minaj is overrated, and then SZA on the other hand.
Yeah.
SZA. SZA's nice.
Come on.
Like SZA and like Kilo Keish. You know Kilo Keish doesn't rap, but like Kilo Keish is like she's dope. But then she did rap the one time and it was good.
On what?
It was on like some I can't remember the name of the track, but it was just like her with like just like some other dude, and like she was just featured on his track. And like,
man, I fuck with you. You listen to a lot of music.
Yeah, music is honestly what matters the most to me, and like I can't listen to the same kind of stuff for too long, because then it's like I forget about all the other things that I like. Like right now, in my CD player, because I still have a CD player.
Yes.
Like I don't have a computer anymore, but right now the CDs that are in rotation, it's Abandon All Life by this hardcore band called Nails. That shit's fucking nuts. Live by the Code by Terror, like this another hardcore band.
Mm-hmm.
Even though, and Scott Vogel, the vocalist, is from Buffalo.
Okay.
So like as soon as I found that out, I'm like, I gotta know more
Yeah.
about this
Yeah.
band.
Yeah.
And then Enter the 36 Chambers. Like
Come on.
that's what's in rotation right now.
No doubt.
Also a Future Corrupt, another local band. Like they're like a local.
Oh, I
like,
thought you said Future.
no,
and
no, no,
Corrupt.
no, 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 no. No, I could get down. I could get down with Corrupt. I refuse to listen to Future.
He said no.
No, but a Future Corrupt, they're a local like deathcore band. They're pretty
Yeah.
good. They're nice kids.
No doubt.
But Future is terrible. 2 Chainz is terrible. What is it? Rich Homie Quan, like Migos, like all that shit that like you got like girls in leggings who drink Moscato that say "Turn Down for What," like their soundtrack. I'm not about it. The only like industry style tune that I heard that I really really fucked with was Lil Durk's "This Ain't What You Want."
Mm-hmm.
"This Ain't What You Want" by Lil Durk is,
It's hard.
and like when I listen to the lyrics,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's real shit.
Mhm.
Like he's not like on some dumb shit.
Dirk can rap though.
That's what I'm saying.
Dirk
Like,
can rap.
and even with the auto tune through the whole song,
Mm-hmm.
lyrically, he was coherent. Like he
Mhm.
wasn't dumb with
Mhm.
it, and that's why I was like, I forever am putting on that track. Like I will never not play that song.
Yes, I dig that. Well, that's Coleman J. Brahski, people.
Thanks for having me.
Oh man, thank you for coming. You
Hey,
already
no
know,
problem,
bro.
no
It's all
problem, no
love.
problem.
And it's Ti guy creeping up like a cut in a band-aid. And we out of here. MySubstation.com. Substation Live, people.
Peace.